Mr. Chairman, sir, 25 years ago, I first entered the sacred precincts of this parliament as a Lok Sabha member from Tamil Nadu. I've had the good fortune of being twice re-elected to the Lok Sabha from my home state. In 2010, to the startled surprise of many, including, I think, particularly the leader of the House, I was nominated to the Rajya Sabha. There was a howl of protest, but it turned out that I had been legally nominated despite the immense efforts that the leader of the House made to discover what were the lacunae in my being appointed as a nominated member. I now complete a quarter century of my association with Parliament as a Member of Parliament. However, sir, I knew Parliament earlier as an official in MEA and later in PMO. Indeed, my first visit was in 1960, that's about 56 years ago, as a student, when I heard Comrade S.A. Dange lash out at Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru for having dismissed the EMS Namboodiripad government in Kerala. The memory that abides with me is of the complete silence and decorum in which he was heard out and the dignity with which the Prime Minister rose to reply. Sir, the Rajya Sabha then was a house in which the 36-year-old leader of a small opposition party, one Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee, could call on the Prime Minister in the middle of the India-China war, and that was on the 26th of October 1962, and demand that the Rajya Sabha be convened to debate the war. The Prime Minister immediately granted the request, and this House met on 8 November 1962 to listen to the young Vajpayee tear into the Prime Minister. That was democracy at its best. That is the Parliament which, alas, is vanishing from sight. Of course, even when I served in the Lok Sabha, the 15 years that I served in the Lok Sabha, there was discord and disruption. But it was quietened relatively quickly. Debate was resumed, decorum was restored, discussion remained impassioned. But these last 6 years in the Rajya Sabha have been a somewhat disillusioning experience. The scale and length of disruption have been without precedent. Despite the heroic efforts made by the chair, it is taking longer and longer to restore order in the House. And what a pity this is. What a tragedy it is. Because when the House is in order, it is truly a pleasure and an enlightenment to hear the Rajya Sabha at its best. The talent here, as my friend Dr. M.S. Gill mentioned, matches anywhere in the world. And we have just seen this demonstrated in the debate on the budget that began before we convened to discuss this subject. So that is why, when I was conferred the Outstanding Parliamentarian Award for 2006, I pledged that although I had earned some notoriety for being among the worst disruptors in the Lok Sabha, I would henceforth refrain from slogan shouting or entering the Wellara House. I'm proud to have kept my word for all of the last decade. The time...
You haven't figured in the list.
Of course, I have to add that I have rarely made a speech, either in the Lok Sabha or in the Rajya Sabha, when the chairman has not felt obliged to expunge at least half a dozen words. I often think that is because strong words are sometimes taken as unparliamentary words. And that is in many ways the misfortune of being a Macaulay ki aulad, of speaking English in this House. So I have tried to occasionally speak in Hindi, but I know that I cannot express myself as well in that language as I can in this imported language from abroad. So the time now comes to say farewell. I do so with a heavy heart because so much remains undone or half done. Yet might I avail of this opportunity, Mr. Chairman, sir, to say how much I admire your persistent efforts to reorganize the working schedule of this House to contain the high tempers that run over topical matters in our fractured polity. Most of the issues which disrupt the House are transient matters that are often forgotten the next day or the next week. But in the meanwhile, we lose precious time to really discuss the issues that matter. I know, sir, that you've been attempting to convene a meeting to work out a methodology that would replace disruption and demonstration with reasoned debate. I wish you all the best. I hope your relentless efforts will be crowned with success, for otherwise, our democracy and the very institution of Parliament will remain at grave risk. Sir, I've had the opportunity of viewing Parliament from every possible dimension. From the official gallery, serving on the backbenches, both on the Treasury side as well as the opposition, both in the Lok Sabha and in the Rajya Sabha. For 5 brief years, I also had the opportunity of participating in both houses as a cabinet minister from the front benches. Each of these experiences has had its own rewards. And therefore, I thank my colleagues in both houses who have so abundantly given of their affection and attention. I particularly thank those responsible for nominating me to this House. I take my leave now with gratitude and with many warm memories. May our democracy flourish. May this Parliament flourish. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Mr. Aiyar.